So welcome back. As you know, today we are finishing up last week's story. I know you guys hate me. I cut it off. Rodney was good, so see, that was the point. Anywho, we're about to get this thing rolling. We are going to tell you what happened between Natalie and let's do these. All right, here we go. Recap from last week. If you didn't watch it, I'm going to link the video down below. But if you didn't watch it, we left off with getting drunk, passing out at Natalie's house. His cell phone starts ringing at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it is
Brittany,
a woman who he has told Natalie is just a coworker who has a crush on him, right? Anyway, so Natalie picks up the phone and she's like, hello. And then she like, who this? And the girl's like, hello, who's this? And she's like, this is Natalie. And she's like, well, you know who this is because you just seen my name on the caller ID. Oh, okay. Well, and then right in that moment, because they be knowing. Wakes up and he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, who is
Brittany.
She's on the phone and she calling you at 3 o'clock in the morning. So he yells out loud very vocally, fuck that bitch, right? So Natalie hangs up the phone and she's like, I'm gonna have this conversation with him. Mistake number one, mistake number two, mistake number three, bitch, have the fucking conversation with the bitch because she's gonna tell you the truth. Anyway, so she hangs up the phone because he is awake now. So she's like, who? Like, he's like, man, she's fucking crazy. Like, that's my coworker. She won't leave me alone. I've been telling her, like, I'm gonna have to have a talk with her, blah, blah, blah. So whatever, she believes him, right? But shit starts getting tricky over the next few weeks. They're not communicating as much as they usually have. They're not hanging out as much as they usually do, kind of playing phone tag back and forth. So he starts with the extremities, right? With the extremes, with the I love you text, with the I want to be with you text, with the I'm going to marry you text, right? Desperate times cause for desperate text messages. Always love you and want to marry you when shit is hitting the fan. So he's like, I love you. I just told my homeboy that I'ma marry you, right? All have that one homeboy who is gonna lie for them, okay? Lie for them. I don't know why or what makes them think that we're gonna believe their trifling ass homeboy and who's clearly gonna side with you no matter what, but they all have that one fucking homeboy that call you like, no, like he really do love you, like he really do, like I for real, like I wouldn't even hold you. Yes, the fuck you would hold me, boo, because I'm that home girl, okay? I'm that home girl for my bitches. I make their feel like they can trust me. I make them feel like I'm on their side. Yeah, I'm in the middle. I'm both of your friends, right? I have both of your best interests at heart. Whole time, I'm only feeding you what my bitch wants me to fucking tell you because this bitch is lying and I need you to believe us. So I'm gonna sit here and talk to you and act like you my friend. Anyway, we're on to the game. We don't believe you. We don't believe the homeboy. We don't believe none of that shit, okay? Because we do it too. Anyway, Natalie she's not feeding into the bullshit. She's just not responding to him, right? She's like, whatever. So,
Brittany,
finally, I guess he must have fell asleep and she must have went through his phone too and got Natalie's number. So Natalie receives a text from
Brittany
that's like, is my boyfriend. We have been together for 3 years. We live together, but you can have him, right? She like, you can have him. I don't even want no more. You can take him, sis, right? So she doesn't respond. She just sends the text message and okay, here we go. Here's line. Okay, I'm gonna come clean. Okay, and now I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, this is for real the truth. This is like the 100% truth. Like last time I was lying, but this time I'm telling the truth. That's my ex. That's my ex, the one that I told you that I live with. That's her, but she crazy, right? That's that's you guys' favorite line, right? She's crazy. She still loves me. She's just so obsessed with me. I be wondering, like, do you guys really think that us bitches are actually obsessed with you, or do you realize that you're delusional and you're a liar and that you be playing all these games and that's why we think the things that we think, not because we're crazy? Anyway, that was a side note. We're not together. She's still in love with me. The lease isn't up. And up until now, I didn't have a reason to move, but I want to be with you. I don't want to be with her, so I'm going to fix it, right? Like, I'm going to just move out. I'm going to just go ahead and move out. So he's like, I'm going to move out this week, right? Like, I don't care that the lease isn't up. I'm going to move out to prove to you that I want to be with you. I don't want to be with her, right? So him and Natalie go apartment hunting. They go looking for apartments for him. They find a really nice one. He gets an application. He gets all the information he needs to move into the apartment, right? So he ends up having to go to New York for something and ask Natalie, you know, hey, I might need you to go drop off the money order for the deposit for me, right? So she's like, yeah, cool. So she's thinking to herself, like, okay, well, he's making a genuine effort to move. Like, things are obviously over. So he ends up going to New York and he tells Natalie, like, okay, I don't need you to go drop off the deposit or anything. I took care of everything before I left, right? So Natalie's having this talk with her friend, and her friend is a smart bitch. It wasn't me, but it was some smart bitch. But she was like, something doesn't sound right. You should call the apartment and make sure that he dropped off his stuff, right? So Natalie's like, okay. She calls up to the apartment. The apartment complex is like, oh yeah, I remember you. Never brought back in his application, let alone the deposit. Mind you, he already told her that he dropped off everything. Everything was good. He should be getting his keys next week and he was gonna move in. God. It's like the lengths that these men will go through to uphold a lie. Like, you just lied about having a whole apartment. You just lied about moving. You just lied. You were just gonna pretend have a house at this whole building that I've been to. You just thought I wouldn't. I really wish I could talk to him and ask him, like, what, like, anyway. At this point, she realizes, okay, this man is a liar. It took you a long time to figure it out, bitch. I'm just gonna say that right there. It's okay though. So she's like, you know what? He's in New York. I'm about to just go over to the apartment. So she goes over there. Bold little birdie. I'm telling you, what if that bitch would have slapped you, Natalie? I'm glad she didn't, bitch, because I would have had to fly to Atlanta to fuck some hoes up. Anyway, so she goes over there and she knocks on the door. Hello, is anybody home? So of course she opens the door and, you know, she lets her in. They have a conversation, and of course, as I've said before, once two bitches come together, it's over for you. It's over for, like, it's just over for you. Like, you might as well just roll in the towel, right? Of course, they start exchanging notes, and he was lying about everything. Him and
Brittany.
never broke up, not once in their 3-year relationship. They were planning on buying a house together. She doesn't travel for work, which is why he started being so flaky and inconsistent, was because she doesn't travel for work. She had just gone on a long vacation. So that's why Natalie was able to spend the night and sleep over and do all of those things, because he was doing that while she was on vacation. Now, that's a different kind of ain't shit. Like, certain ain't shit. Like, you gonna at least respect your bitch's space. You're not gonna have another bitch in your bitch's space. So this brother really wasn't shit. Like, he just had you just had a whole bitch. You just had a whole bitch the whole time. And not only did you have a whole bitch the whole time, you had a whole nother bitch all up in her space. Like, that is a certain level of, that's another level of disrespect. So I'm gonna have to give him I'm gonna have to give him a 9 on the ain't shit meter. Like, I feel like that is dirty, that is doggy, like that's dirty. So he ends up calling Natalie while she's in his house with
Brittany.
standing right there. So she puts it on speakerphone so that can hear the conversation. Mind you, recently they had been talking about getting more serious. They had been talking about meeting each other's parents. Like, God, the level of ain't shit. Anyway, so Natalie purposely on the phone with him is like, hey, did you still want me to look up tickets to LA so that you can come meet my mom? And he's like, yeah, babe, like, just let me know whatever it costs. Like, you was about to meet a whole nother bitch's mama. Like, you ain't shit. Anyway, so of course, you know,
Brittany.
hearing all of this, she's like, he just told me that you are a random girl that he met at a bar one night when me and him got into a fight, and he was venting to you about our situation, and you became obsessed with him, right? Favorite line, right? Everybody's obsessed with you. Nobody give a fuck about you. Anyway, so yeah, Natalie became obsessed with him, started thinking it was more than it was, and I don't even know or understand how the hell she believed that lie, because I'm like, I'm just some random girl who's obsessed with him, but he was at my house at 3 o'clock in the morning and I picked up his phone. Okay, you believe that? Anywho, so somewhere down the line, of course, it always happens, he found a way to flip it back on Natalie, make her seem like she was pitting the two of them against each other, and ends up turning and being back on side. I think she ended up like blocking Natalie or whatever. So whatever, bitch. This ain't the first time you've been through some shit with this man, and I know it. So Natalie ends up coming back home to LA and is still calling her drunk. And he had 2 moods. One mood, he was very apologetic. I'm sorry, you know, I didn't mean to hurt you, blah blah blah. And his other mood was, I can't believe you did this to us. I was going to pick you. First of all, do I look like a motherfucking booger? Do it look like I need you to pick me? I'm the prize, not you. That's what you guys fail to realize. We're the prize, not you. You don't get to pick me, okay? You can keep your little raggedy bitch, because I got a new, because by the time Natalie got home, she had a whole new boo. She never revisited that situation because she had already moved on. That's what I'm talking about, girl. We don't wait on these, we skate on these. Oh, she had a whole new man living happily ever after with her new man, who is her fucking Prince Charming. Okay, she got her little Sierra prayer dealing with you, Future, and she done found her Russell Wilson, whatever the fucking man's name is. I don't watch sports. Anyway, so yes, that is Natalie's story. I am going to call her right now so she can chime in. We can ask her questions, because I do have a couple questions about this story, and we gonna hear what Natalie has to say. Okay, guys, so as promised, I have Natalie on the phone with me. She is going to chime in about the details of the story, and she is also going to give us her opinion on this. So, hey, girl! Hey, girl. So, thank you so much for sharing your story with me. So, I did have a couple of questions about your story that I wanted to just clarify, get some more insight on, and just hear from you about. So, question number 1 is, when you were on the phone with her and he woke up out of his sleep, did he know that she was on the phone when he like yelled out, "Fuck that bitch"?
Yeah, so I into the room like, who is
Mm.
and he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, she's saying she's your girlfriend. And he was like, man, fuck that bitch.
Ooh. And then at that moment, you just hung up the phone with her.
Yeah, I hung up with her because I was like, if you're saying fuck that bitch, clearly she's not your girlfriend. I mean, there may be something, but it's not what she's claiming it is. Because you're not going to say fuck that bitch to your girlfriend.
Right. Little disrespectful. Yeah, he ain't shit. He's so disrespectful. Like, I feel like there's a level of ain't shitness. Like, you have to have some kind of respect for the woman you're in a relationship with. So he was really trying to shit on her by being like, fuck that bitch, to like prove to you I don't fuck with her like that.
While she's on the phone, and like I told him she was on the phone, so he really had no level of respect.
He fucking sucks. Okay, and another question I had was he ended up like getting her to turn on you. So how did he do that? Like, how did you know that she turned against you? Like, what did she say? What did she do? Like, what happened there?
So I don't remember specifically what it was, but I remember by the time I came back home, because I don't know if you recall, I went home for 2 weeks.
Right.
By the time I came back home, she had blocked me. When I got home, I shot her a text message just to check in on her, like, hey, are you okay? How are you holding up? And it went through green. So she had blocked me. And later on, I had gone to lunch with him. This was a couple of weeks later. I went to lunch with him, and he was like, yeah, she blocked you. She said you were stalking her Instagram.
Oh, girl. Look.
I may have looked at her story, like, let's keep it real. But
right, we all do, bitch. Like, I'm not going to look from my page, duh, bitch. From a fake page.
I'm sure I had a fake Instagram. So, actually, as a matter of fact, I may have used yours. Let's keep it real.
I've definitely given her the login to a few of my fake Instagram accounts, but whatever. That is so funny. Another question that I do have is, are they still together now?
I don't know for sure because I don't have a relationship with him, but I can tell you, actually I can tell you two things. I can tell you, first of all, I'm still Instagram friends with one of his friends or one of his best friends. And on New Year's, so again, this happened in June, New Year's of this past year, she was in the best friend's like Instagram story picture. And then later on in that same story, he was there. So I'm going to assume that, yes, they're still together.
Yeah, they were there together, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's great to not care.
Right.
Because you're not invested in figuring the shit out.
Right.
I think they are based on Instagram. I have no solid proof, nor have I seek to find that out. Right. Okay.
And my last question is, what number would you give him? What number would you give on the ain't shit meter based on your personal first-hand experience with the motherfucker?
Based on my personal first-hand experience, I'm gonna give him a whole 10. I mean, when you could keep a whole Rikkii, when you could keep a whole ass relationship that you've been in for 3 years, a secret for a whole year, not only for me, but for my friends, my already cautionary friends.
Yeah.
And your friends. As a matter of fact, let's keep it really, 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 really real. Your college friends didn't know you had a girlfriend.
That's fucking
Your
crazy.
best friends didn't know you had a girlfriend. Like,
he just had a whole secret bitch. Like a whole secret bitch. Like whole secret bitch, whole secret life, whole secret everything.
A whole secret living bitch. Like, not just a bitch that you barely talk to, but like a life.
Yeah, about to buy a house-ass bitch together. Like,
They
that's
probably have one now.
crazy. That is crazy. So I personally gave him a 9. So a 10 is very close. You know, I am going to explain my ain't of shit meter in detail for those of you guys who don't understand. That's another day, another dollar, because this video is fucking getting long. But thank you guys for joining me this week. Thank you, Natalie, so much for telling me your story. Like, as I said, Storytime with Rikkii, I can't keep this going without you guys because the bitch can only talk about herself so much. So thank you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, tell somebody about your girl, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye.